Well, hello there, and welcome to a new episode of The Power of Surrender with Hugh, where every day we take a card from this deck here, The Power of Surrender with Dr Judith Orloff. A fantastic deck of cards, and I take a card from this deck every day to hopefully give you some inspiration and food for thought in these challenging times. And I thought I'd bring some humor today in today's episode. As you can see, this is my friend Charlie. He's my birthday balloon. Charlie is the dinosaur, and you can see the big happy birthday there on the balloon. I can't remember the last time I got it. Maybe I've never got a birthday balloon, but sometimes you don't realize how much you need something in your life until it's in there. So my birthday was actually last week, but I'm continuing to celebrate, and I hope you will join me in my continual celebration here with my friend Charlie, the dinosaur, the birthday balloon dinosaur. So, surrender comparisons with other people is the card for today, and hopefully you can be distracted away from looking at the balloon. This is a very interesting card. It says, keep your eyes trained on yourself, focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. And this is true. Sometimes we can get focused on looking, especially for example if you're an actor and you're surrounded by other actors, and then you start comparing yourself to the other actors around you, and it's not really fair. I mean, if there's, in my case, I'm a more mature actor, so if I'm standing there beside somebody who's 25, that's a completely different casting than me, and so comparing yourself to someone like that is just it's not realistic. It's not. It doesn't make any sense. But then it's more difficult. I think sometimes for women with their casting, and unfortunately, because there seems to be this, for some actors there seems to be a cutoff when you get to a certain age, which is absolutely wrong. But sometimes in the industry that's the way it can be. There's many actors and actresses who break right through that. And I already have and intend to continue doing that. But the interesting thing about this card is that, it is something that affects all of us. At some point or another, we are comparing ourselves to somebody else. I think about, again, an acting class where you have a situation where, it's a fantastic artwork on the card and everything, right? But people, they get caught up in, let's say, for other actors in class are being successful, are booking, and they're not, and they're like, well, why are they winning and I'm not? So comparison can happen in different ways. But I'm going to read what it says on the card again, because it is very important. It says, keep your eyes trained on yourself. So that, just do you. There's nobody like you. You're unique. There's no one in the whole world that brings what you bring. So focus on you. Just be about the best possible version of you. And it goes on to say, focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So we each have our own strengths, our own attractiveness, our own power that is unique to our own. And so it's kind of, in a sense, it's kind of a little nutty for us to compare ourselves with other people, because ultimately they're completely different. They've got a completely different life experience. They have a different perspective, therefore, on life and their journey moving forward. So to compare yourself with somebody else in a way is a little bit nutty, because we're all just completely different, but still we do it. And so the thing about it is like, people will say, well, that's easy for you to say, Hugh. How do you just stop making comparisons? What I would just say to you is essentially what this card is telling you, which is that it's you're wasting your energy, and you're better off keep your eyes on yourself, focus on what you're doing. What can I do to be the best version of myself? What can I do to be the most authentic version of myself? Those are the questions, the place to start. And when you think about that, not to beat yourself up, be graceful and loving with yourself, but at a certain point, by asking those questions, what you're doing is you're looking at this card, looking at this thought, looking at this whole idea of comparison with other people, and say, is this really a productive way for me to spend my energy? Is it really helping me move forward? Or is it holding me back? And I think the answer to that. Yes, it's absolutely holding you back. So better off focus on yourself, being the best version of yourself, and be patient, have a positive mindset, have that, appreciation mindset that I often talk about, and you'll find your time will come and things will happen for you when they're meant to. So my friends, I hope you got some inspiration and food for thought, and Charlie may not be back tomorrow, but I just wanted to bring with me today to have a little bit of humour brought into the difficult times that we're having in the world at the moment. My friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll be back for another episode tomorrow.